Hi. Welcome to today's video. So today I thought I'd share with you some TV shows you should binge watch while you're stuck at home. You know, there's not much to do in these times, and gonna be honest, I've been watching too much TV because I'm lazy. Without further ado, here are my top 10 TV shows that I recommend you binge watch during this whole quarantine ordeal. Okay, starting off at number 10, I decided to throw this at number 10, not because it's a bad show, but because the streaming service it's on. So from Apple TV Plus, streaming service not very many people have, I have our number 10 show you should binge watch, Defending Jacob. Now, I watched this, so I got Apple TV Plus specifically to watch this show, and I don't regret it. This show was shocking. It was just great. So what is it about? After a shocking crime occurs in a small suburban town, the district attorney is torn between his sworn duty to uphold the law and his unconditional love for his son. That's all I'm going to say. I read that. That's the description, because if I tried to explain it to you, I would spoil the entire show. But it is very, very good. It's like a legal drama, but at the same time, there's a very strong family element to it that I think a lot of people can enjoy, and I definitely did. I give this show a 9 out of 10 ranking. The acting was phenomenal. The story was very engaging and compelling. Like, you couldn't stop watching. I could not stop watching, and when I ran out of episodes and had to wait a week, I got so upset. But lucky for all of you, all 8 episodes are out on Apple TV Plus. Another big reason you should watch Defending Jacob is Chris Evans. Anyway, and coming in at number 9, show you should binge watch during your quarantine if you have HBO Max, is Friends. It is a classic. It's a must-watch. It is amazing. 10 out of 10. Just don't argue with me in the comments, because you just have to watch it. And if you disagree, leave or skip over this part, because Friends is such a good show. You can't sit there and say it's not a good show. It is such a good show. Friends, 10 out of 10, must watch it. If you have not, best show out there. That's all I'm going to say on it. Next on my list on HBO Max is Game of Thrones. Now, I'm just going to read the description of Game of Thrones, because no way in hell I'd remember all of this. It's the depiction of 2 powerful families, kings and queens, knights and renegades, liars and honest men, playing a deadly game for control of the 7 kingdoms of Westeros and to sit atop the Iron Throne. So, you know, if you're looking for a very long show to occupy your time, which is pretty much any HBO show, because they're all like an hour long each episode, but anyway, or you're just looking for like a fantasy show to keep you entertained during these times, Game of Thrones is for you. I am giving Game of Thrones an 8 out of 10. The first 7 seasons are phenomenal. They are great. I loved them. I watched them all within like 2 or 3 weeks. I watched the whole show within 2 to 3 weeks. And the first 7 seasons are great. The last season, season 8, is, as if you haven't seen the show, you've probably heard that the finale wasn't the best. I feel like the last season was rushed, and it just didn't have that same magic that the first 7 seasons had. That being said, I'm still giving it an 8 out of 10, because the first 7 seasons shouldn't be disrespected because the last season wasn't the best. I feel like the first 7 seasons are so good that they deserve a 9 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10. But because the last season wasn't the best, I am putting it down at an 8 out of 10, which is still a really good ranking. You should still watch this show, You know, I understand if you don't want to because the last season's not great, but I think that the first 7 seasons have amazing plots, have amazing character development. They really, really did a wonderful job, and it is an amazing TV show that a lot of people have seen. So it could be a conversation starter, but just don't bring up the last season. The last show we have on HBO Max, coming in at number 7, is Euphoria. Now again, a lot written here. I'm not going to memorize it, so I'm just going to read it to you. I'm sorry if I'm looking off screen. I don't know why I feel the need to apologize for that, but these HBO shows go into detail. Euphoria follows the troubled life of 17-year-old Rue, a drug addict fresh out of rehab, with no plans of staying clean. Circling in Rue's orbit are Jules, a transgender girl searching for where she belongs, Nate, a jock whose anger issues mask sexual insecurities, Chris, a football star who finds the adjustment from high school to college harder than expected, Cassie, whose sexual history continues to dog her. I don't know what they're going for there. And Kat, a body-conscious teen exploring her sexuality. As the classmates struggle to make sense of their futures, the series tackles the teenage landscape of substance-enhanced parties and anxiety-ridden day-to-day life with empathy and candor. This made me cry. It made me laugh. Mostly cry. It really captures the essence of high school, even if some of the storylines aren't what an average high schooler experiences. It still conveys the struggle and the feeling of high school through these exaggerated storylines. And more importantly, it really captures consequences of your actions. And I think it's really real, it's really raw, and it's really amazing. I give it a 9 out of 10. Very high praise, I know. I'm giving all these high praise, but then again, if they didn't have high ratings, I wouldn't recommend them. Use brain. The acting is very believable. The stories genuinely make you feel for the characters and for what they're going through. And like Zendaya, she just can't fail. Period. Up next, coming in at number 6 on Hulu, we've moved on to Hulu, is One Tree Hill. It is, a classic teen drama. It follows the lives of pretty average kids. It's pretty boring in comparison to some other teen dramas that are really exciting. As you move forward, as you move through the seasons, the further you get along, the more exciting and less generic their lives are. But it's still a very good show. I give it a 6 out of 10. It is a great show, but it doesn't really have that rewatchability. I have never been able to watch it through a second time, no matter how hard I've tried, because it just doesn't have the same appeal watching it the second time. At least personally, I get really bored trying to watch it again. But the first time through, if you haven't seen it, it is a great show and you'll get addicted real quick. But I'm only giving it a lower rating because it doesn't have that rewatchability, which is kind of something I'm really into, but it might not matter to you. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend you watch it. Moving on to Disney Plus, coming in at number 5, we have pretty much any nostalgic Disney Channel show you had. I think what have I watched? I rewatched Witches of Waverly Place. I rewatched Good Luck Charlie. I'm currently watching Shake It Up. Like any show you watched when you were a kid, watch it on Disney Plus if you have it, because they're so good. The nostalgia really hits. The shows are just great, and then as you're older, you pick up on those subtle inside jokes you didn't get as a kid. Not to mention that they don't compare. The shows that are on Disney now, no comparison. The shows on Disney now can't compete with the shows that I had and people older than me had growing up. So I highly recommend any nostalgic show from Disney Plus. Moving into our top 4, that's 8, 4 shows are the Netflix shows. I put the Netflix shows on the top 4 because I feel like Netflix is the streaming service most people have. So if you have Netflix and none of these other shows, now is your time to shine. Coming in number 4 is a newer show. So you can only binge watch the first season on Netflix, but it is still great, and because of how great it is, I am recommending it even though you can only binge watch the first season. Roswell, New Mexico. It is a remake. I never watched the original, but it is amazing. Let me read you the description. After a decade away from home, Liz Orteco returns to her native Roswell to care for her ailing father. When she arrives, she reconnects with her high school crush, Max Evans, who's now a police officer. Their chemistry is electric, but Liz soon learns something shocking. Now, if you know anything about Roswell, you can probably guess what that something shocking is, but I'm not going to say anything else. It is amazing. I give it a 9.5 out of 10 because although only season 1 is on Netflix, season 2, the finale of season 2 is airing tomorrow. No, Monday. Today's Saturday, Monday. And I can say without a doubt that this is the only show that I watch live every week. I usually record my shows and then I watch them in the morning because I don't want to stay up that late, or I just don't want to watch them at night. But this show is so addicting. I watch it every night, and all week I sit and I think about the last episode and I can't wait for what's happening. And as soon as this season finale happens, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. But it is so good. Engaging, it's great. The characters are amazing and the actors are so believable in portraying these characters. Every twist and turn this show takes, I don't even know how many times I've been watching the show and I've just gone, because this show they make every twist the right twist. Cannot recommend enough. Coming in at number 3, we have The Vampire Diaries, a classic teenage supernatural TV show. I would call it the more realistic version of Twilight. I'm not ashamed to say that. Reeling from the death of her parents, 17-year-old Elena becomes interested in a handsome new student named Stefan. I mean, like, who wouldn't, let's be honest, that is hiding a dark secret. I give this show a 7 out of 10. The plot leaves you wanting more after each and every episode. The characters are either so lovable or they're so hateable, or you just love to hate them. But every single character you have a feeling towards. There's no character that you're like, don't really have a feeling about you. I really don't know what I feel towards you. Every single character, you're either going to love them, you're going to hate them, or you're going to love to hate them. And I think the character development is what really draws you in and keeps you going throughout all of these wild storylines. Because, spoiler alert, The Vampire Diaries has vampires in it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have told you. If you didn't see that coming, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with spoilers. I'm so bad with spoilers, might as well just call me Tom Holland. Coming in at number 2, that's 2, Criminal Minds. I can't say much. This is going to be real quick. I'm currently binging Criminal Minds. I don't have very much insight. I just finished season 3, and I can feel confident enough to recommend it. And I think that only being on season 3 or 4 now, and being confident to recommend it, I think that might say that's a good show. If you're into crime and police TV shows, definitely for you. That's all I can really say on it. I'm out of 15 seasons. I'm on season 4, so can't say much else than that. And topping our list of 10 shows you should binge watch during quarantine, this may come as a disappointment to some people who like dramas and stuff, but I think one show that you should 100% watch during quarantine, that is on Netflix, is Avatar, The Last Airbender. This show is the best animated series ever to exist. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I mean, you can, if you have a different show that's better, you better A, have seen Avatar, and B, if you think your show's better, comment it down below and maybe I'll watch it. Because I have yet to find another animated series that is as good as this one. I don't know what it is, but this is just a great show, and if you have no idea what the heck Avatar is, let me read you the description. The world is divided into 4 nations: the Water Tribe, the Earth Kingdom, the Fire Nation, and the Air Nomads, each represented by a natural element for which the nation is named. Benders have the ability to control and manipulate the element from their nation. Only the Avatar is the master of all 4 elements. The ruthless Fire Nation wants to conquer the world, but the only bender who has enough power, the Avatar, has disappeared. Until now. One of the best shows ever. The sequel to it, I have not seen. I have no comment on The Legend of Korra. Haven't seen it yet. I probably should watch it. It's on my watch list. I have no comment on that, but Avatar is amazing, and it is just the best show ever. I've gone back and I watched it on Netflix, even though I have it on DVD. I've been watching it on Netflix, don't ask why. And it still holds up. It is amazing. I'm so excited for the live action remake, and if you do end up watching it and enjoying it, whatever you do not watch the live action movie, because the live action movie sucks. Like, don't even, they failed hard. But the show, amazing, top-notch, fabulous, wonderful, never done before, great. And that tops my list for top 10 shows you should binge watch while in quarantine. I don't know why I did that to be more dramatic, because it kind of wasn't, but whatever. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy some of these shows and waste some of your time before you can actually leave your house to do things again. Hope you watch some of these shows. If you do, comment down below. Let me know which shows you watched, if you liked them, if you didn't. I'm open to criticism. If you watched one of these shows and you don't like them, let me know. Everyone has different opinions. Everyone has different tastes and things that they like to watch. This is just my personal opinion of 10 shows that I've been either watching or rewatching in quarantine, and I think others should do the same. I tried to span out across different streaming services to make it so that if you had at least one of these streaming services, you are able to watch them. Yeah, if you have any other shows that you think I should watch, I'm thinking about starting to watch shows or movies and react to them. So if you have any shows or movies you think I should watch and react to, you can comment them down below as well, or any show you think that should have made the list. I'm open for criticism. Just please be nice about it. Okay, bye.